G'day, Smitty here at Victorian Strength Club. I hope you're feeling healthy and strong on the inside and the outside. Hope you had a happy new year, good night, whatever happens this year. Hopefully it's better than last year. We had some great times. We had some success last year, didn't we, Mel? We did some really...
Thank God for December, otherwise, no, there'd be nothing.
Mel got her comps in, we got a few comps in. I set an Aussie record, Mel set 1 or 2 Aussie records. Not too bad. Business-wise, terrible year. We can do better this year. It's going to be amazing. I've got a PT session with Mel right now. It's going to be one of our first PT sessions. I'm going to help her out with some Atlas stones. Couple of weeks out from first competition of 2022, Compound Carnage, and Mel's first Strongwoman comp, maybe in ages. I mean, last year we did Eastern Amazons, which was a Strongwoman comp with a difference. Mel competed in skip leg day here, max axles here, static monsters here, so a lot of 2-lift comps, like small comps, not full Strongwoman comps. This would be your first comp in quite a while, Mel. Anyway, at the competition, Mel's got to do 80 kilos for reps on the Atlas stone. At the moment, we reckon you'd be good for about 5. You might have done 5 last time you tried it, 4 or 5. Anyway, 6 would be a really good target for Mel. So today's session will be about practicing what's needed in order to get 6 reps on the day. We're not necessarily going to do sets of 6 today or hit 6 reps in training today, but if it's a 60-second AMRAP and you want to get 6 reps, that means you have to get 1 every 10 seconds. So we'll be training how to do that. So I'll film some stuff, and if it's worth sharing and putting up with everyone, I'll put it up and start sharing a bit more of how we go about it here. Rather than just sharing the good results we get at the end, I'll put up some videos on how we go about it. So first off, I'm going to put Mel through just a couple of stretches. She's not big on stretching, but she's got great posture and mobility anyway. We're going to take her through some stretches, some warm-ups. Today's just about the Atlas stone, like the whole session, that's all we're going to do, so we can take a bit more time preparing for it. So we're going to do some hamstring warm-ups, glute warm-ups, bicep warm-ups, and then we'll slowly get into it. Any final words?
I'll be whinging.
I'll be whinging, it's boiling hot. I'll be whinging too. Hands over here, and go side to side, up and down, side to side, right? Slowly, down. Trying to loosen up your muscles here, right? And then loose. All right, we're starting off with some thoracic mobility and some movement. We started off with some foam rolling, which helps with blood flow and just feels good. We're doing these twists. I don't know what they're called. I might have made them up, but they feel really nice. And then Mel's gonna go into some thread the needle. Just different thoracic movements. Obviously, everything, we wanna have good thoracic mobility, but with the stones, because we're picking the stone up slightly hunched, we're lapping it slightly hunched, and then at the top of the movement, we need to be really extended to get as high as possible. So just making sure that we're helping the spine, moving the spine. If we can, when you're doing your warm-ups, I'd suggest to Mel, like really focusing on the breathing. So you breathe out at the moment, let it all out, and then breathe in once you move. Breathe out when you go into the stretch, let it all out. So you can get the benefits of refocusing on your breathing as well. The other one we're doing is just the downward dog. So we're getting the calves and ankles involved as well. Wrist warm up. And Mel's got great mobility, as you can see. I can't breathe if I stay there too long. All right, Mel's gonna warm up some hamstrings. We've chosen single leg standing hamstring curls just because we're enjoying this movement at the moment on this machine. I think most of the time when you're doing stones, I guess you're probably going to do it after squats or after deadlifts or on your events day after some yoke or farmers, so you're going to be a little bit warmer. I'd still recommend always doing something like this before your main lifts, even before squatting, before deadlifting. Get some hamstring work in, or some bodyweight squats and ab work. You saw Mel hanging from the bar before, just to try and get some tension out of the spine and still work on the mobility side of things. Mel's got really good control of her body through all the bodybuilding work and training. I don't really have to give her much tips on how to feel your hamstring or what exercise to choose. So it makes it really easy when writing her programs. I can normally just write for her 15, 20 minutes of hamstrings, and she'll decide on the day what she wants to do. She always grabs a lightweight And she's really good with it. She's not feeling an exercise, she'll change it up like I do. You don't have to stick to the program. If the program says to do single leg standing hamstring curls, but you're just not feeling it that day, you can lie down, do it lying down. You can do banded, you can go grab a, what else would we normally do? Single leg RDLs, dumbbell deadlifts, stuff like that. So anything for the hamstrings just to get blood into the area and get the heart rate up a little bit. We don't need to warm up the joints too much because it's absolutely scorching today. Isn't it, Mel?
Yeah.
Fan's gonna go on soon. We'll let her get a bit sweaty and we'll chuck the fan on and start playing with some stones.
You're talking in this.
Oh, okay, apparently I'm talking. Mel's making herself a drink, water and salt. All right, the plan is to let Mel just warm up. At the comp, you're allowed to use tacky, so that changes the technique a lot and the goals a lot. So I'm just letting Mel warm up however she likes till we get to about the 70. The things we're going to be looking for today are the breathing pattern that we're going to use if you want 6 reps, and considering if Mel should maybe one motion, 1 or 2 stones. Obviously it's faster to just one motion the stone, but if you're going to use more kind of time under tension for the hamstrings, like if there's a bit of a grind when you one motion, if you're aiming for 6 reps and the first 2 are kind of hard one motions, I don't know if it's worth it. So see if Mel can do one here. Show us how you flick it up and catch it. See that flick and catch? She's got no finesse with that stone. It might be worth Mel flicking it like that rather than kind of slowly lapping it. Might be better to flick, so it's not quite a one motion, but she won't sink into the squat. That's all good in theory, but we'll see how that looks with 80 and see how it looks for multiple reps. That's what we're going to be working on as we warm up. Rather than she's got this, she's got that. And when you do that, you catch really high. It's high. Like that. That's 70 kilos now, no tacky yet. Into the lap because we're just warming up, practice that height.
Sorry,
okay.
Because I'm just really trying to squeeze.
All right, so Mel struggles to hold back is what we're learning. Yes, all right, can we try our version of a one motion, flicking it up? So we're gonna call it a clean today. She's gonna kind of clean, flick it up instead of lapping it, and then straight over. So up. No, not with that weight, not with no chalk, no tacky. By the way, we are training to, bang on 1.2. So we'd normally train a bit higher, 1.2, comp, so Mel's comp height. Normally in training, I'd suggest the girls go to 1.3 or 1.25, like just a bit higher. I won't change it now because we've already started. That's until things get really specific. So a couple weeks out, you don't want to be training higher than competition standards. A few months out, 8 weeks, 6 weeks out, the comp height. So 1.2 today for Mel, no need to be training any higher.
Yeah.
Just put a little bit on for now. Don't go absolutely nuts like you love doing, because we're just practicing. We're doing 1 rep at a time. You don't need 1,000 milligrams. All right, first rep with the 80. We've got a little bit of tacky on. We're going to be playing around with that clean / flicking it up one motion high lap technique and seeing if that's worth Mel pursuing in the comp. If it's really easy, we'll definitely do it, as it does save a lot of time, but yeah, that's what we're working on. So here's first rep. First rep, I'm going to suggest Mel just laps it normally. And then second rep, we'll try flicking it. We're lapping it first. All right, change of plans. Mel's going to put a belt on. That's what happens.
Change of plans. Yep.
All right, even after those first 2 reps, so just the first set or first practice reps at 80, you can see the weight's pretty easy for Mel. And we're just warming up, but we're going to have to try and spend less time in the squat position in the hole there and just pop straight up. So I've got a couple of ideas for Mel on how to speed up the reps, and then we'll practice a few sets at the end once we've got it down on the breathing and pacing to be able to get 6 reps in the minute. We're gonna try clean this one motion. It's not really a one motion, but that's what we're calling it today. Now I'm gonna get Mel to set up. I haven't told her this yet, but when she's setting up those last couple of reps, I reckon she's had elbows a bit too bent. When you've got tacky, you can have longer, straighter arms, and the tacky does the job. Without tacky, when you're just using chalk or nothing else, a slight bend can help. So if you set up for me, so I reckon with tacky, you can just go like that. I don't think you have to bend the arms. I'll show you in the other videos that you'll bend in the arms. Now see if you can clean it from there, straight into the high lap. Almost. Pretty good. Pretty good.
That feels a little bit slippery almost.
Does it?
Yeah.
All right. So that was good tacky technique with the longer arms. Try again now. I still think long arms is going to be the answer, but can you get a bit further underneath it so you got a bit more purchase on it? Straight up. That's a... Yep, not supposed to do that. Doesn't matter. Sorry, no finesse.
Just the right pickup and it hit my...
No finesse. All right, so that was a proper one motion, that one. So they can be pretty exhausting. All right, so we've got a few things to work on. So definitely long arms with tacky. Will you remember that, Melissa?
Yes.
Once you got the tacky on, you can have the longer, straighter arms. Tacky does the work, not the muscles.
Oh, it's so good. See,
Still a bit too one motion.
yeah.
You can get a breath in the lap too. Not bad. So Melissa then was a bit too one motiony for my liking. So we've changed our plans. We're going to lap it. We're going to try not to lap it for too long, and we're going to try not to sit deep into a squat. Mel doesn't need that massive bounce out of the hole with this weight. So I just wanted to get it into the lap. We're going to try take a breath there, which is going to take a lot of concentration from Mel because she's not used to breathing midway during a lift. She just hold her breath the whole way. So we're going to get it into the lap, hips stay high, get another short breath, and then load. That's what we're going to work on. Breathe. Up. All right, we got that one good. So now we're going to try 2 reps in a row. We're not going to go from, hey, you got it once, let's do a set of 6. You got it once, let's do it twice. If we can get it twice, we'll do it 3 times. If you can do it 3 times, we might do that for multiple sets and try and ingrain the technique. Normally, you wouldn't try and change things a couple of weeks out from a comp, but we're not normal people. So you do what you got to do. That was pretty good. We're going to watch the video on that second rep. We're going to watch a video on the second rep. I wish I'd filmed it from my angle, so Mel's feet were still really wide on the second rep. So she's losing a bit of power and a bit of height due to her feet being wider. If you can get 3 reps in 30 seconds, wow, that would be really good.
Let's try to be in that
2, 1, go. Straight into the lap and then straight up. Nice, that's the one. 1. That took about 6 seconds. All right, that next second just started, 10 seconds just started. Straight up. Nice, that's the way. 2, 16 seconds. You'd need to start the next one in 3, 2, 1, and go. Go. Easy. 3 in 26, 27 seconds.
That's a lot more in my lap than I have ever trained. Like it's sitting there.
Where would it normally be?
I'm not leaning back how I usually would. My back usually cracks.
Yeah.
Like I'm just going.
Yeah. Does it feel all right?
I guess so. Does it feel, too hard, I guess.
Okay. One, go. Up. Pick it up from there. Go. 3. 1. Last one. Pick it up. 3. 22 seconds. How was that set?
Just a lot different to how I usually do these.
Yep. Cool. 3 reps, 20 seconds.
It just, I don't know. I like to, I don't have time for that. Go.
2, 1, go. Up. Nice. 2 and 3, up. Come on. Nice. Go. Up. 1. Come on. All right, so that's it there. Mel got 4 reps in 40 seconds. I wanted to go for 4 under 30 seconds because her last set was so fast. So you saw there's a small stuff up there, but she kept going. Just wasn't able to get her hands around the stone or over the stone enough on the second rep, was just a bit too close, so didn't have that last bit of pull. So that's what Mel needs to work on. I think the breathing part in the laps, I think the breathing part looks pretty good, enough for 60 seconds. Mel's just got to be able to get it into the lap and then get their hands further forward and over the stone a bit faster, and she just admitted that it's just a lot for her to think about for now. So worrying about feet, worrying about long hands, worrying about the breathing, or thinking about those things is a lot, which is why...
It's different too, can we highlight that?
Yeah.
That's why it's hard, it's not because I don't know.
Normally we train for heavy stones, and Mel's got her technique and her pace for heavy stones, and we've just tried to throw that out the window for today. Different technique for lighter stones, and that's why strongman's so cool, because different comps, just because it's stones every time, it's like heavy stones, light stones, tacky, no tacky, shoulder, no shoulder, different heights, medleys, blah blah blah. So it makes it really cool. So we're figuring out for her, it's different for everyone, what positions are going to be the fastest and most efficient. So it's a lot to think about. So that's what Mel's trying to say now, is it's just hard because there's a lot to think about. And this is why normally if you had 8 weeks to prepare for something, we'd say, you're going to do 1 stone session per week, and this is the focus. The focus needs to be on that hand position. And then the second session, all right, make sure you're still focusing on that hand position, but now the breathing really needs to become priority. So this session, focus on the breathing. And that's why sometimes writing online programs or just writing a program for someone is tough, because I could write 4 sets of 3 for Mel and she comes in here and does 4 sets of 3 stones, but this is totally different. Doing it with this intent on it needs to be at this pace with this type of breathing, long arms with tacky, you need to be more over the stone. We can go into other things like footwear, belts, there's so much stuff. So just doing 4 sets of 3 isn't necessarily going to help you get 6 reps on the day. It's all about the intent and where your focus is. And that's what I really like about the sport, what I like about training. You're not just going in and moving weight. You've got a different focus every session, every rep and every set. And over a year or more, that all adds up, and then you become proficient at things. All right, last set for Mel. I'm gonna try 4 reps again. I'd love it if she could get it in 30 to 35 seconds. Let's see how she goes. I have faith. Exactly what not to do. Missing reps is okay because we know what not to do, what went wrong, or how we can fix it. I'm going to show Mel that we want the hands over, but that means, yeah. So your overs there. Yeah. So you're looking at maybe in the middle and saying, oh, my hands are far enough away, whereas I'd be there.
Yep.
Right over. No.
So then you're going to lean back more, so the same. I'm not even leaning back.
Go! Let's go straight up. Sit. Up. Nice. 2.
Sorry.
Let's go. 20 seconds gone. Alright, go on. Alright, so Mel missed a rep. We tried to fix it up, so that last set that we did resorted back to old techniques, and she got 3 reps in, 30 something seconds, but it looked exhausting, it looked slow, and it looked hard. So it kind of went back on everything that we'd worked on this session. And that was just out of panic of missing 1 rep. We missed 1 rep and we changed things up a little bit too much. So maybe Mel's gonna do 1 more rep, focusing on the new technique, which is straight into the lap, arms and hands over the stone, and then straight up. That's it. Nothing to panic about. So she missed 1 rep before, but it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Good, good, good. Tough.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna leave it there. Good job. So it'll be cool to see how Mel does next week. We got these next week as well. And then how she does in the comp.
Yeah.
Leave a comment below. I reckon 6. I reckon you're gonna get 6 on the day. 5 next week with room for a 6th in training.
Yep.
And then 6 on the day. There we go. All right, session done. Give us a recap.
I get disappointed really easy. So it irritates me that it got progressively worse, didn't it?
No, it was 1 set. 1 set wasn't
Okay,
amazing.
I'm over the top then. It wasn't that bad. It's just hard to relearn things and put aside what you think is right. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think I can just flick it over however I want, but yeah, had to put that out of my head and try and listen to what Michael was saying and really take that in and try and apply it as well, so I could actually see if that was better rather than what I already know. So yes, maybe it was good that I had the stuff up, because then I resorted back to what I thought was better and actually was more taxing than what we'd done at the start. Okay, so it's not all bad now that I've reflected.
Nice.
Yeah, I just hope on the day I don't get real clouded and panic and do what I did before and make a mistake, because sometimes I do that. But yeah, next session, really try and implement it and make sure it's second nature. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Okay, it was good. Thanks, Joel.
Good work. All right, that's a wrap on the session. Melissa and I are heading off to the beach. Rest day tomorrow, and then we've got a couple of weeks left to the comp, so we can really knuckle down, get the body feeling right and feeling good.
My scabs just got taken off.
It's called Strongwoman, not Strong Whinging.
Scars everywhere.
Yeah, it's a good sport. I'm missing bloody a third of my bicep. Can't win. I don't know why we do it, but we do it, and it is fun. If you want to do it, send us a message. We can help you out with some programming. If you live in Victoria, come check out the gym. Come hang out with us. We want more strong, happy, healthy people around. All right, chat to you soon.